Hi, I'm Breezy Straton, Admissions Counselor at the Mercer University Douglas County Regional Academic Center, and welcome to Dot EDU.
Well, welcome to Dot EDU. This morning, joining me in the studios is Breezy Straton from the Mercer University campus here in Douglas County. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having us today.
It's always a pleasure to have you here with us, and you always bring great information. We're going to look to talk about a new program that you have offered on the campus. But before we jump into some of that and into our guests for the program, tell us a little bit of history and background for the Mercer Douglas campus.
Well, I'll start with Mercer overall first. Mercer University was founded in 1833 in a little town in southeast Georgia called Penfield. It was started as a preparatory school for to raise up good Baptist preachers, to be quite honest. Shortly after its inception in 1833, it moved away from that idea and became Mercer University in 1838. But then we outgrew Penfield, to be honest. So we had to start looking for areas within the state of Georgia we could move the campus, and Macon was selected. So in 1871, Mercer University moved to Macon, Georgia, and that's where we've been ever since.
And I think typically when you say Mercer, everyone thinks Macon, knowing that that's grounded there. And that was just a few years ago, wasn't it?
Well,
1871?
I know, not too long ago. And that is the traditional campus, and we even call it that. We call Macon our traditional undergraduate campus. It's where our students who are 18 to 22 go straight out of high school when they want that traditional college experience. However, in the 1970s, not 1870s, in 1970s, Mercer started looking and noticed that there were areas throughout the state of Georgia that could really use quality education, and they weren't being serviced by any of the state public schools. So Mercer started looking and located. Douglas was one of the first areas. We came to the Douglas County area in the mid-1980s and have been here ever since, offering classes in the bottom of church buildings and in middle schools throughout the county. But in 1997 is when they built our campus that we're at now, over on Thornton Road at Blair's Bridge. Okay,
and that's exactly what I was going to ask. Tell us where that location is.
Yes, it's if you know where I-20 and Thornton Road is and where the Walmart on Thornton Road is, we are across Thornton Road next to Team Toyota or the Hampton Inn, right there in a one-story brick building. So there is a Mercer sign, but you do have to look for us at times.
Okay, and it's a very nice, convenient location. And services just the Douglas County area? Do you have students from other base areas as well? Because
of our location, we are able to have students who are from the South Fulton area, who are from Southwest Cobb County. We have a lot of students that join us from Paulding County, but the majority of our students do come from the Douglas County, Douglas proper area.
All right. And what type course of studies do you offer? What if someone's looking for a degree program?
Well, we have a variety of courses, luckily. If you're looking for almost anything, we can facilitate that for you. Outside of any medical type information, we have business programs, which we'll talk about later later today with Dr. Blank. We have human resources programs. We have human services, which is counseling and psychology. Okay. We have a wonderful degree program called Liberal Studies, which is actually what my degree from Mercer is in. And it's the liberal arts, history, communication, religion, literature studies. And then, of course, education. If you want to be a teacher, we're your school. And then public safety, which is formerly known as criminal justice.
Great. So a great course offering, selection for anyone.
Absolutely.
Freshly entering as well as re-entering the educational world.
Students can come to Mercer University's Douglas campus with 0 credits or up to 96 credits.
Well, very good. Well, thanks for that overview and kind of setting the pace for us, giving us a background on Mercer University. Tell us a little bit about our next guest that's coming up.
Okay. So he is who I turn to whenever I have a business student in my office and I just don't know the answer. I ring up Dr. Blank or shoot him an email, and he's pretty responsive, so that's nice. It's nice for me, nice for the student. And he's just going to talk a little bit more in depth about our business program. Because business is one of those degree programs that students come in, they go, I want business. And business is broad, and it can do many things for you and your career. So it's very important that you have someone as knowledgeable as Dr. Blank there to help guide you.
Guide you through the process.
Absolutely.
Well, and as the administrative counselor or admissions counselor there at Mercer, you see probably every student that comes through your doors there.
I do. So I have a good general information, a set of information about each of our degree programs, but I do rely on the program coordinators for each degree program to offer the specific answers to the specific questions that students come in with.
Well, that sounds great. Let's get to some of those questions with Dr. Blank.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with more Dot EDU. Well, welcome back to Dot EDU. Today in the studios is joining us the Mercer University Douglas campus team. And joining me on set today is Dr. Blank. Dr. Blank, thanks for joining me here on the program.
Thank you for having us.
As Breezy gave us a great introduction, she said you wear several hats. Can you kind of reiterate exactly what those hats are that you wear and set in motion there on the Mercer University campus?
Yes, I am a professor of computer information systems and law and also director of the undergraduate programs in Atlanta and here in Douglas.
So you work on both campuses as
Yes.
well, Atlanta here in the Douglas as well.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you're a busy man.
Yes.
All right, very good. Well, tell us, Breezy set up the idea that you have a BBA program there on the Mercer Douglas campus, and let's jump right in. Let's start asking some questions and hopefully answer some questions that our viewers would have. Give me an idea of who this program is for.
Okay, the program is for students who wish to complete a Bachelor of Business Administration degree, a BBA, from an AACSB accredited business school.
All righty. And you mentioned AACSB. Tell me what that stands for and why it's important to the Mercer University system.
Okay, it is the highest accrediting body for business schools. It is the Association for the Advancement of Collegiate Studies in Business. It's an international organization that accredits schools around the world, and there are presently some 600 and change universities in 41 countries that are accredited, and Mercer's programs in the Atlanta and Douglas campus are both accredited.
So very high standing
Yes.
association there. Tell me, if I'm looking to jump into the BBA program on the Mercer Douglas campus, what are the admission requirements? What process do I need to go through?
Okay, most of our students have completed some hours at different universities, but as Breezy mentioned, you can start with 0 hours. If you've taken courses elsewhere, you need to get us transcripts from those universities, and we have students coming in with 20 hours, 60 hours, 80 hours, 100 or more hours, and the goal is to complete the BBA degree.
Okay, and that's exactly what I was going to ask you next, is how many prior college hours do you need to bring to the table? And I think you're saying this is a very flexible program.
Technically 0, but we have students from 0 to 100.
Okay.
And you need to complete 120 hours. There are specific courses that are required, and you need to fulfill those checklist items and hit at least 120 hours.
Okay, and Breezy mentioned the interview process with her, and she uses you as a great fielder for some of those questions, I guess putting the individual students on track for the right process that they need to enter that program.
Right, and since many students come with transcripts from other universities, each student is a different story. And so that's why Breezy and then many times I have to get involved with figuring out what is best for that student to pursue.
That's great. Well, what courses do you offer or that are required in the program?
Okay, we have a general education component that is very flexible. So for students who have taken a lot of general education courses elsewhere, they typically will fit into our scheme as well. There are a few math, communications, and computer science courses, and then the basic business core, accounting and economics and management and marketing, along with what we call a personal portfolio of study, which is your major of business courses.
Okay. And tell me how this BBA program benefits me moving ahead in the work world.
Well, first and foremost, it's an undergraduate college degree, which is helpful to most people in a variety of different pursuits. Certainly having a BBA degree from an AACSB accredited university is a good thing.
Okay. And how long, if I'm looking to move into this program, how long is it going to take me to complete?
That's one of the most common questions we get, and it depends primarily on two things: how many hours you come in with and how quickly you plan on taking the courses. The program is flexible so that students can take one course at a time or two courses at a time. Certainly, if you're a full-time student, it will get you to the completion sooner than if you take it one at a time.
Sure.
But it is flexible for different lifestyles.
Right. So if I'm a working mom or a working individual looking to add some course study, then you have that flexibility, and there's not a requirement time frame that it has to be completed within.
Correct. And since it's not a lockstep program, if there is a session where life has other plans for you, or if you have activities, you can take a session off or two sessions off and come back and jump right back into it.
Okay. Well, when are these courses offered on the Mercer Douglas campus?
The courses are offered primarily during the week in the evening from 5:30 to 9:45. Most of the courses are offered Monday through Thursdays. We do have some Saturday morning courses for people who like Saturday morning courses.
Okay. So there again, being more flexible with the
Yes.
the
And generally,
schedules.
if you don't like the Saturday morning, you don't have to take it.
Okay. Very good. And your class size, how large are these class sizes? Because typically you think university, you're walking into a 300, 400 student auditorium, professor style. Tell me about the classroom setting.
One of the nice things is that the classes are small. The professors get to know the students get to know the professors. Most of the classes are between 10 and 30 people. Occasionally you'll have a course a little smaller, a little larger, but most of the courses are in the teens and 20s. And so you get to know your classmates and you get to know the instructor.
Very intimate setting then.
Yes.
All right. And personal. If I'm a student and I'm looking to complete the degree requirements for the BBA program, can I do that all on the Douglas campus?
Yes, yes. As I mentioned before, we have an Atlanta campus, which is near Spaghetti Junction, for those of you who know where that is, and the campus here in Douglas.
Sure.
And you can take courses at either or both, or if you just want to take courses in Douglas, that's fine. You don't have to set foot on the Atlanta campus until graduation day. The graduation ceremony is on the Atlanta campus, but you can complete all the coursework you need to at Douglas. There is also a Henry Center for people for whom that might be convenient, and they would be able to pick up general education kind of courses there. We don't offer business courses there at the undergraduate level, but we do have general education courses.
So your admissions counselor can help you from campus to campus, make sure that you're staying on track if you determine to take classes at other campus locations, correct?
Yes. And you'd have an advisor as well, and you could speak to the advisor about what courses to take and where you can take them. And there are even some online options for some of the courses as well.
Great. Well, it sounds like Mercer has really broadened their perspective of what to be able to offer, the educational needs for the returning student as well, the working individual that is looking to move and advance with another degree in their education system. So if I'm looking to find out more about Mercer, do you have some general information, a website? Where can you direct our audience to take
Easiest place
find that
to go is
information?
business.mercer.edu.
Business.mercer.edu,
and there's a link on the page for the Douglas Center, and click on that and you'll get all the information you need, or call Breezy.
All right. Breezy can help you.
Yes,
All
Breezy
right.
can help.
Great. Well, Dr. Blank, thank you so much for all this information today, and
My pleasure.
for your different hats that you wear at both the Atlanta campus, the Douglas campus here, serving our community in the educational field.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll be back with more Dot EDU.
Hi, my name is Keena Boone. I'm currently a Douglas campus working adult student. I will tell you that my experience at Mercer University has been phenomenal. Anything that I've needed, everything has readily been handed down to me, from advising, letting me know what courses that I need to take. I will also mention that I was a 0 credit student. I started as a freshman. After being out of high school for 13 years, I decided to make this transition to obtain my bachelor's degree. This experience has been wonderful at the Douglas campus, considering that I am a Douglas County resident. I am currently employed at Wellstar Health System, so I am a full-time working adult, and this program has helped me to advance my career with Wellstar by obtaining a bachelor's degree. Being that the Douglas campus offer classes during the evenings, I am able to work a full-time job in the morning and take those classes in the evening. This has been very beneficial. When I decided to go to school, I was trying to figure out how I was going to juggle being married and having a family, working full-time and going to school. And actually the professors there are very understanding that you are a working adult. It is very challenging coursework, but because I am getting a wonderful education at Mercer, this has made my experience unbelievable. My habits of writing perfect papers had kind of went aside. So the Academic Writing Resource Center has really been a wonderful experience. Writing your papers and having someone to critique them and let them know that you are headed down the right direction, or giving you that support to letting you know that, hey, we need a couple of changes here. That has been a wonderful asset to help me get on the track of writing perfect A papers. I would highly recommend Mercer University only because it really is a great school. I have really enjoyed my years of being there. I will let you know that I started as a freshman with 0 credits, and I'm looking forward to graduating this May with my bachelor's degree.
Welcome back to Dot EDU. I'm Kellie Hunter, and joining me again in the studios here after some other interviews is Breezy. Breezy, we're going to continue our discussion about Mercer University. And one thing that has been a common topic and a common thread throughout the interviews today is the availability of transferring credit hours into the Mercer Douglas campus. Give us an idea, a little bit of information, how students can transfer those hours in.
Okay. Well, the degree programs offered at the Douglas County location are designed for students who traditionally started college at the traditional level right out of high school or have experienced college before coming to Mercer. So transfer credit is a big issue. No one wants to lose credit that they have already put forth effort and time and money into gaining.
Yes,
right. So what we have is there are 2 ways to get transfer credit.
Okay.
The first one is that if you attended a school that is regionally accredited, there are only a handful in the nation that have that. There are only a handful regionally accreditation bodies.
Okay.
The one here in the South is called SACS. Everyone probably has heard of that. It's the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. It is the same accreditation body that accredits our P through 12, our elementary and middle and high schools here in the state of Georgia. So that's the one that the state of Georgia has.
Okay.
There are a couple others throughout the nation. In order to get transfer credit, you, like I said, regionally accredited, you must have received a grade of C or better. Mercer must have an equivalent course to it. Now, Mercer has 11 colleges and schools that make up Mercer University. So we have a ton of courses. So I would not worry about whether Mercer has an equivalent course. That's generally not a worrisome topic.
Typically, you'll be able to find somewhere that subject matter.
It may transfer in as an elective, but electives are needed to graduate, so don't worry about that either.
Okay.
So C or better, Mercer equivalent, college level class. The other way that you get transfer credit is that Mercer University has signed what is known as an articulation agreement with the technical schools of the state of Georgia.
Oh, very good.
So what that means is if you are in an associate degree program at one of the Georgia technical schools that is SACS accredited, that's important, you can receive transfer credit for those classes. And what that means is that most of your general ed will come into Mercer, so you would have fulfilled that requirement through your associate's degree. And you may get a handful of major classes, especially in the degree programs of public safety and in education, and some in business. You will get some of that in the math and communication and computer science courses.
It sounds like you've put together then, Mercer University, a great stepping stone or stepping block for people who have started in that associate degree.
Absolutely.
To move on up. So tell me, what articulation agreements do you have in place with schools already?
Well, luckily, the West Georgia Technical College is a technical school in the state of Georgia, but it is also SACS accredited. So we provide a very good finish for students who start their associate's degree there. You can just come to Mercer and finish your degree, and generally you look at about 2 years of finishing your bachelor's degree if you come in with an associate's degree from West Georgia Technical College.
Very good. And so that's straight here, local in the Douglasville area, so you can just move right on down I-20.
Right, that's right.
From the Chapel
Two
Hill,
exits down.
2 exits down, correct. Do you have any others in the works, and what about other college campuses or locations?
Right. Well, Georgia Highlands College is now here in Douglas County, and because they are part of the University System of Georgia, they are a 2-year school with the University System of Georgia. They are SACS accredited,
Very good.
Therefore, if you are working in classes there, you will receive transfer credit at Mercer as well.
Very good.
So it's a very nice process. You never have to leave Douglas County to get your degree.
Get your full education
Absolutely,
here.
absolutely.
All righty. Well, how do the students receive their transfer credits from the school that they've attended and moving in through this articulation agreement with Mercer University?
All right. Well, like Dr. Blank said, if you've attended schools other than prior to coming to Mercer, we will need your official transcripts. What happens then is I review the transcripts based on your cumulative GPA to make sure that you meet the admissions requirements. If it's an articulation agreement situation, I look at the articulation agreement and give you a great idea about what is going to transfer in. But the final say comes from the registrar's office, so I send your official transcripts to our registrar's office. They do a course-by-course transfer evaluation, which means they look at every course you took and look to see if Mercer has the equivalent and can offer you transfer credit. And then you receive that document back that tells you exactly what's going to transfer in. And that typically happens before you ever register for classes or meet with an academic advisor, so that there's no question about what you're looking at. It's very important that the academic advisor have a good view of what you're coming in with, so that first, they don't recommend classes that you may have already gotten credit for, and secondly, so that you're on the same page knowing what the goals and what your ambitions are and how fast you want to move through. So
it sounds like that process moves along quickly for you then.
it does. We can, from point of having a complete file, which is your application and all your official transcripts, we can typically have your transfer credits done and all that within about 10 to 15 business days.
That's very, very good. And that's taking it to the registrar's office as
Absolutely.
well, and that full process of review in place too. Okay, so if someone in our audience today is sitting right there on the line, they've worked and got their associate's degree, they're looking to move on up in the educational field, who do they need to contact? How do they get in touch with? I'm sure it's probably Breezy.
It is me.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. There are a number of ways you can get in contact with us. The first thing is that you just may want to go to the website, which is www.mercer.edu/working adults with an S. That is the generic working adults website. It goes over the design of our working adult programs. It goes over our various locations and various degree offerings at each location. But on that website, you can either register to attend an information session that we're hosting at one of our campuses.
Okay.
You could also ask for information to be sent to you, so you can fill out a little form online that comes directly to my email if you're looking for Douglas County, and I will call you and see if you want me to mail you a packet or send you an email or set up an appointment to come in and meet with me. Or you can go ahead and just fill out the application online, which also comes to my email address.
Okay. And I'm sure those information sessions that you offer, you probably do that on an ongoing basis throughout the year?
We do. We offer them, we have two coming up. We are doing one on Saturday, November 5th at 10 a.m. and Saturday, December 3rd at 10 a.m. at the Douglas County location. We have all of our academic advisors come from the various programs. We talk a little more about the history of Mercer and what Mercer means to the community and how that'll help you within your career goals. We talk about the application process, transfer credit, financial aid is a big issue that we discuss at the information session. So it's a very valuable time for you to come. They go from 10 to 12. We try to end it right at that lunchtime hour, but we do serve you lunch, so you don't have to worry about eating before you come. We have breakfast and lunch served. So
do you need to register for those information services?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
We do.
So register, no drop-ins?
You can drop in. That is not, it's not, it's not prohibited.
Okay.
But we would like you to register online at the Working Adults website to attend the information session. And we do that because we do provide food. So we want to make sure that we have enough food or that we don't order too much.
Gotcha. Well, Breezy, as we're talking about the Mercer environment, what other services and activities type things that the students can engage in as well? What does the Mercer Douglas campus offer?
Okay. Well, our campus is totally designed for the working adult. So our average age student is around 38 and a half. They are typically working adults with families and with commitments outside of education and outside of the workplace. So our services are really geared towards our demographic, our students.
Sure.
The three services that are most popular on our campus, the first is career services. We have Kim Meredith is our Assistant Director of Career Services and comes to Mercer Douglas campus every other week, 2 times a month, to meet individually with students and hold confidential appointments. She talks about anything from your interview to cover letters, resumes, what to wear at your interview, job placement, job searching, ways to organize your job searching, because right now they are saying you have to apply for every 3 applications you put in, for every 3 applications, you expect that you should actually be putting in about 30 applications.
Wow.
Because of the job market, just how it is right now.
Sure.
So she really works individually with the student, trying to find jobs that are geared towards what they want, so that they're not settling for a job just because they need one. To really find one that they are suited for. The other service that is popular is we have counseling services, and that's not for people who need to see a psychiatrist. Our students traditionally go to counseling services because of test anxiety or stress, work-life balance, trying to find some self-soothing skills that they could work through to just identify things within themselves that maybe they need to work on that would make their work-life balance a little better.
Very good.
And then the third one is our Academic Resource Center, which is free tutoring to our students in the areas of math and writing. Those are 2 areas within the academics that our students sometimes struggle with, especially if they've been out of school for 20 or 30 years.
Sure, exactly.
Which is normal for our students. So just getting back into good writing habits and having refresher courses for math, those are really important. And so if our students don't have to pay for those, if we are able to provide those
them
on our campus free of charge to our students, they really take advantage of them, and we see the success within their courses.
Very good. Well, it sounds like Mercer has done a great job here on the Douglas campus, providing every area of a student's possible needs to make them successful.
That's what we try to do. We realized very early on that our students weren't necessarily looking to go out and have extracurricular events, because they typically take care of that with their family life.
Right.
But one area we could serve them is through helping them maintain that work-life balance. So all of our services are geared towards helping them achieve a balance within their work and home life.
Well, very good. Well, Breezy, it has been a great program today. A lot of information for our viewers, for our audience here. Thank you for being with us, for bringing this information, and hope that you'll join us again.
I will, absolutely. Thank you for having us.
All righty. Well, thank you for joining us today on Dot EDU.